That is not what you wanted today. Not what I expected either. Oh man, dude. This team, this team is gonna kill me. I'm gonna be honest. All of our acquisitions that we made in the deadline, with the exception of Ryan McMahon and Austin Slater, because he didn't play at all. But all the people we picked up were trash. Yeah, I don't put this one on the wall. Caballero, you gotta make that at right field. You just have to, man. This was a game that we really needed to win. This is a game. Look, the Blue Jays lost tonight. We could have been 2.5 games behind them in the AL East, and we failed to come through. Look, I want to say this up front, right? And disclaimer, right? I'm not making any excuses for these guys, but I could only imagine that it's tough. They feel nervous. They want to perform. This is the New York Yankees. All these guys came from, with the exception of Duvall. San Francisco is kind of a bigger market. It's a much bigger market than like the Rockies or anything like that, right? But they're coming into a huge market, so you know they want to perform. You know they want to do good. Like this is not a cop out. I'm not making any excuses for them. You got to do better than that. You just have to. And I look, honestly, deep down, I do believe that they will. Once they get a little comfortable, they will be better than that. But we need it today. We had a 6-run lead, and we blow that. Jonathan Loaizaga did not look good, but you know what? It's not even on him because nobody looked good out the bullpen. I don't know what's going on with it's like they're cursed. That whole bullpen is cursed. Whoever you put in there is cursed. I really, I'm at a loss for words. I really am. And then, we come back late in the 9th. Volpe with a big game-tying home run in the 8th. And then Ryan McMahon with the go-ahead single to give us the lead. I'm thinking, okay, we're going to win this game. And like Ace said, the law of averages, right? When they bring in Duvall, I figured, okay, all 3 of them can't be bad. But I still think if Caballero makes that catch in right field, if he makes that play, he gets out of it. Maybe he gives up 1 run, but we still get the win because at that point we were up 12-10. But look, this is not what you want. Not what you want out the gate. All of them had mishaps or played poorly. Definitely not what you want. Oh man. I'm telling you, man, these last 50 games or so is gonna be a doozy. It is gonna be interesting to see where this team goes. Jimmy B. Carr says Devin Williams is laughing inside right now. This was a joke, and now all the guys are shaking up. Well, Devin Williams, out of all of them, should know because when he first came in, right in April, he struggled. So they could probably get some advice from him. I think no way these guys are that bad, right? I think that a lot of them, the nerves of everything, just yesterday, they didn't know. Look, yesterday when they woke up, they had no idea that they'd be playing for the New York Yankees. So I will say that, and I am going to cut them a little bit of slack, but still, you're professionals. You got to do what you got to do. But the Yankees offense, man, they were alive today. They were alive. The Yankees had 15 hits, 2 errors. The errors are going to be the death of us, man. I'm telling you. Volpe had a big error, but he made up for it, so I'm not going to go off on him too much. Big G with the big 3-run bomb early. Grisham went 2 for 4. Dominguez had a big night, 3 for 4. He almost robbed the home grand slam. that Jake Bird gave up. He literally missed it by probably 3 inches. Who else we got in here who had a good night? McMahon 1 for 5, but a huge hit. McMahon, he's the only, out of all the people that we picked up, this guy has been, it seems like he comes through every time we need him to. So I like that. Volpe 4 for 5, 2 RBIs, a big freaking home run to tie the game after we had blew a big lead. Yeah. And there you have it. Freaking let's look at the bullpen real quick. Rodon went 4 2/3. That's not what you want. Look, Rodon has to be better than that, especially against the Miami Marlins. We need you to be better because we didn't pick up a starter this trade deadline. So we need him to be better than that. Gave up 4 earned runs, 5 walks, could not find the strike zone. Some of them 9 strikeouts though, but look, I think some of those runs you could charge Loizaga for them because he had gave up a big hit when he came in. He did not look good. Jake Bird. Hold on, let me see. I'm trying to. Jake Bird, 1/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 4 earned runs, a walk, and obviously the big grand slam. David Bednar, 1 2/3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 2 earned runs, and 2 strikeouts. He did look like he settled down after that first inning. When he came back out there, he looked a lot better. And then Doval, he got charged with 1 of those runs, and the other one was a unearned run because of the error by Caballero. It's crazy, man. This is like, look, you can't make this shit up. I don't know what to say, guys. You can't make this stuff up. I feel like this year's been doomed, man. I'm not saying that they can't turn it around because I do feel like these guys are gonna help us in the long run. But man, we this is not the way you want. This is not the start you wanted, right? It's not how you wanted to kick off the first game with all your new acquisitions. It's crazy. Brandon Lee said, I try to tell you Jason Bird's not good. I think he's just hanging some sliders there. He can be good. His stuff is filthy. It's just if you throwing cement mixes down the middle, they're gonna get hit. I don't care who you're playing against. But there was some of those sliders that I saw that I was like, okay, that stuff is filthy. That stuff is filthy. Let me get into the chat, man. Let me know what you guys think. This stuff, I'm not gonna lie, man. It was a tough game to watch. It really was. It really, really was. Anthony Volpe, another error, another home run. It seems like for every error he has, he hits a home run. So I did like the way he showed a little bit of attitude, a little bit of motivation, like rounding the bases, telling the dugout to calm down. But look, I know dudes like Caballero, I know he feels like crap right now, missing that ball. Bird, all them guys, you coming into it, just imagine, right? For those of you that work, just imagine if your job traded you to another company or whatever. And as soon as you get there, they're like, dude, thank God you're here. We need you, right? This company's falling apart. Save us. And you feel that pressure, and it's like a big company. And your first day, you just got there, and they expect you to do a big job or something like that. So we'll see. I tell you what, I'm not hitting the panic button yet on these guys. But if we come out tomorrow, the day they do this again, this is a thing, then yeah. Then the whole trade deadline is a wash, right? Are you guys panic? Let me know in the chat, man. You think it was a wash? Have you changed your mind on these acquisitions that we made? Demon D says, wow, what a crazy game. Yes, sir, it was crazy. OG says, I told you last night the trades don't mean a damn thing. The winning is all that matters. I know, but that's the reason why we made the trades, to try to help us win. I still look, the trades, I like the trades, right? Of course, we want the Duran, we want the Mason Miller, we wanted all these guys. But we don't have the trade capital to really do that. And we have so many holes to fill, so we had to fill them the best we can. I still think that Cashman did a good job. He did a really good job. now it's up to these guys to get it together. You know, guys, it's just one game. These guys just got here. They need to get acquainted. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna go too crazy just yet, but we see outings like that again, then we gotta be concerned. The thing is, D Train, that we don't have a lot of time. Like especially a game like today. Today was a game we needed to win because the Blue Jays lost. If we expect to climb back into this division race. But I get it though, right? Look, these guys just got here. It's tough. They're going for a new spot. And they know, I'm sure they hear the headlines. I'm sure all their family members, everybody's calling them. Most of these guys came from small market teams, and now they're in the national spotlight with the New York Yankees. And they want to do good. I'm sure nerves is going through their body, right? They're feeling nervous. Um, yeah, and on top of that too, you're playing with a bunch of guys that you don't know, right? So you and your catcher, you guys don't know each other. I know they have pitch calm and they call their own thing, but still, you guys don't know each other. You don't know, what makes a person go, what gets them going, what pitchers to recommend. You don't know anything, right? I'm sure that as soon as they got there, they probably try to spin up a game plan real quick. Matt Blake hasn't even had a chance to really sit down with these guys and go over their metrics and see what pitchers they should be throwing when and everything like that. So we're not hitting the panic button just yet on these dudes. I do think that they're gonna be better than what we saw today. The error by Caballero in right field, it looked like he just was trying to do too much right there. You just got to look. The first thing you got to do is make that catch. Just make the catch. You weren't gonna throw anybody out, okay? So just make the catch. That's the first thing. The most important thing. It's good to see Volpe have a big night. He did make an error. I feel bad for the dude. He almost went a whole game without an error, right? Yeah, it's just crazy. When they put Caballero in right field, look, I'm not familiar with these guys that much. I did see him rob a home run off of Ben Rice in Tampa Bay one game, so I'm thinking he can play this position really good, and maybe he can. But from everything I've read, the dude is a natural infielder. He looks like an infielder. I was thinking that they were gonna when they put him into pinch run. Okay, I'm cool with that. I was thinking that they were gonna bring in like Slater or somebody else, or freaking Ahmed Rosario, somebody else to play right field. Even though Ahmed Rosario ain't the greatest defender either. But a guy like Slater maybe to play right. I know that he's a left fielder, but or something like that. Look, I'm not saying that that's what costs us the game, but I don't know. It's something to think about. Demon D says, "Let's go Yankees." Can't believe we lost when we scored 12 runs. Yeah, Khadija, crazy. Watch out for incoming. What? Guys, this is just one game. Yeah, I get it, man. Who we got in the building, man? Let me say what's up to everybody. 9-9 over 22. This game makes me not want to watch the Yankees anymore. Nah, it ain't that bad, man. Welkin says season is over. Hey, Welkin, I sent you the light too. So you should be getting that soon. And if Dev is in here, I don't know. I don't think Dev is in here, but I sent him his Thor hammer too. OG says everyone talking shit about Volpe, and it's the whole same boneheaded crap again. Absolutely stupid, insulting to the fans. I tell you what, if Volpe doesn't make that error, if he makes that play there late, we walk away from that inning with the lead. So I'm not saying that that's what it is, because he did come back and gave it back to us, right? He got it back with the home run. But we got to get better with certain things, man. The Caballero already, his first day, already playing like a Yankee. He's fitting right, he's fitting right in, right? With stuff like that. Wells dropped a freaking a pop-up foul ball. I don't know what the hell he was thinking there, calling off the third baseman. He ran all the way up the third baseline, dropped the ball. I don't know. I still seen some sloppy play in there a little bit, but For the most part, look, at least the offense they were clicking today. They were, man. But we just got to do better, man. We got to do better. Marlins are under 500 and we blow a 6-run lead. Yeah, that killed me. Rodon, I'm going to be honest, right? Yeah, Jake Bird gave that grand slam, but at least it's his first game. At least I don't want to give these guys excuses, right? But I can understand that he's probably feeling nervous. I'm sure there's so much going through his head, right? Coming to a new team. Rodon has to give us better. He got to give us more than that. Versus the Marlins, you got to give us more, Rodon. Come on, dude. You're starting to regress. I thought we were over all this stuff. At one point, man, he just couldn't find the strike zone. I was like, oh my goodness, man. It's going to be one of those nights. We need more from our starter. 4 2/3 innings from Rodon. That's not going to cut it. Jonathan Loaisiga, I don't even know why he's on this team at this point. DFA. And when Mark Leiter Jr., and look, I'm not saying Mark Leiter Jr. is so much greater or anything like that, but as soon as he comes off that IL, Loaisiga needs to be on the first inch smoking out of there. Get him the hell out of here. He cannot come in no more. Yeah, I do think these guys are going to be better than this. I really do believe it. So don't panic just yet. It sucks though, man, because we needed this game. We really did. We needed this game. Caballero makes that error in right field, but he looked awesome on the bases. This dude is a monster on the bases. There's a reason why he leads the MLB in stolen bases right now. So I don't know, man. Just like the thumbnail says, same face, new faces, same shit, right? New faces, same shit. Man, I really thought we were gonna win this game. I had a thumbnail made for the win, the title, the description for the video, and then they go ahead and blow it in the ninth. Jacob, what's up, Jacob? We will bounce back tomorrow. I hope so. But the thing is, man, tomorrow we get the win. The Blue Jays might get a win. Like whenever these teams lose, man, we have to win. We got. If not, we're just gonna be stagnant the whole season through. We got to find out a way to get more wins than these guys do, than the Blue Jays. I get it. We still got a wild card spot, but I want the division. I don't care. I want the division. I don't think they should settle for a wild card spot. Jake says, Woken, all the pitchers are bad. It doesn't even matter who Boone uses. Yeah, I think these guys are going to be better than this, man. I think they are. Today wasn't on Boone. I'm personally blaming this whole game on Jose Caballero. Oh, man, already? If you gave the ball to someone else and they sucked, you can say it's on them. Boone decided to use a guy who was proven bad. Weaver Williams should have been used. That's what Donnie Clark is saying. I mean, look, if he would have used Weaver Williams and they would have blew it, and then we would have been like, why didn't he use the new guys? Because I know I was saying that. As soon as he brought in Loaisiga, I was like, why are you bringing this guy out? Bring out these new guys. You can't tell me that. Look, everybody in the chat, you can't tell me you wasn't watching this game saying, bring the new guys in. Bring the new guys in. He did exactly what we wanted. It just didn't work out. And look, I would say this one I don't think is on Boone, with the exception of bringing Loaisiga in there. But look, it's just one of those nights that no matter what we did, something bad was gonna happen. We just weren't meant to win. We didn't deserve to win either. Yeah, that was a bad play. That was a bad play. But you got to remember, this dude's not really a right fielder too. I know he plays some right field, but he's not. He's an infielder. Guys, he is an infielder. That's why when he came in, right, to pinch run for Ben Rice, after the inning was over, I was thinking they were going to Slater, because at least Slater's an outfielder. Granted, he's a left fielder, but I'm thinking, okay, they're going to throw this guy into right field, or Amir Rosario, somebody who has more experience out there. And I'm not trying to make an excuse for Caballero, but he's not a right fielder. He's not. Like, the dude, you can look at him. He's not even built like one. This dude's an infielder. Like, come on. I've had enough BS to last a million years. It's crazy, man. Oh, yeah, it's tough. Hey, Katie. Katie says, how's everybody doing? Not too great. Jimmy B. Carr says, just sucks. Can't give away wins now. I know, man. This was a game that we have to win. We just have to. We have to. He says, yeah, I was watching a clown show tonight. Yep. Which reminds me, is this thing on? Is it on? There we go. Now you're really watching a clown show. Brandon, he says, Jason, I try to tell you. Dude, I get it, bro. You told me a freaking 1,000 times, dude. Dev, what's up, Dev? Caballero barely made mistakes on the Rays. This is new to him. Donnie Clark, bro, chill the hell out. You guys, okay, guys, come on. Guys, please. Guys, we got to relax now. Dude, Donnie Clark said Bird has 3 years of control, so being sent down will help him. My guy, he's been here not even 24 hours with this team. What are you talking about, dude? Are we serious right now? Like, come on, Donnie. Let's see more of him at least. Let's see some more of him. Okay, this dude's his first time, dude. He's probably nervous. You ever started a new job? Just imagine if your job traded you to a new job, an even more bigger job, and they're like, "You gotta freaking, we need you now. Perform." You'll feel nervous too. I think he was nervous, man. Some of those sliders, he looked like he was trying to put too much spin on it. I look, the stuff is there. You can see that slider when it's hitting, it's hitting. It's filthy. So give him time, man. Let Matt Blake work with. The unfortunate thing is we don't have too much time, right? We don't have a lot of time. You're talking about send them down. Send them down and bring up who? Who we gonna bring up, dude? There is nobody else to bring up. Maybe Yeri De Los Santos. That's about it. Yeah, SummerSlam tomorrow night. I don't really follow football wrestling that much like that, but Fernando Cruz also struggled when he got here. I don't know. I feel like if I remember correct, Fernando Cruz he hit the ground running, man. It was Devin Williams definitely struggled when he got here. Olden retired says Bird reminds me of Ottavino. Brandon Lee says he hadn't given up a run in like 26 innings or something like that before the outing. Look, guys, I get it. It was a bad outing. It was not what you want from your big trade acquisitions. These are the guys that are supposed to come in. This is the cavalry, right? They're supposed to save the day for us. I get it, but it is one game. Let's put this one behind one. Yeah, it sucks. Right? It sucks. Trust me. I watched the whole game. I was pissed. I was freaking wanted to punch my computer monitor, right? Let's put it behind us. Now, if they go out there again tomorrow, the next outing, whatever, then we got problems, right? And we'll address it. But for now, let's just chalk it all up to nerves and just being uncomfortable, being in a new situation, new coaches, new catcher. We're gonna chalk it up to that. Caballero, though, that playing right field, you got to do better. I don't care if you are infielder or anything like that, man. That's a play that got to be made. I really think these guys came in here and they're really trying to do a lot. They're trying to do too much. Just do whatever it was you was doing before, man. We don't need too much, man. Like this dude Caballero, I don't know what the hell. Even if he makes that play, you ain't throwing nobody out from that far, So just got to play better than that. I think I'm panicking, to be honest. Bird has a 7 ERA outside of Coors. I don't think the team is getting anywhere. I mean, look, you could be right, Jake. You could be right, but I think let's let's relax a little bit, right? And let's give it another game, man. Let's see a little bit more of these guys. Don't get me wrong. Look, you know me, right? Look, I'm not trying to make excuse for the performance they put out there today was terrible, especially Jake Bird. But okay, right? We're gonna give you another shot because no matter what we do, look, they're gonna be here, right? They ain't going nowhere. No, there's no way to trade them or nothing like that. So let's see what happens, right? Now, if they come out there and start shitting the bed again over and over, then hell yeah, man. We're throwing them under the bus. But for now, we're just gonna say, you know what? Like, that's not what you want, obviously, but let's see what happens, right? You rather have Ian Hamilton or this guy, Jake Bird? Sometimes think of it like that. Slater should have been in right field in the ninth. That's what I was saying. Gonzalez, that's what I said. Look, Caballero, I get it. He's a good athlete. He's played right a little bit with the Rays, but he's not a right field. He's an infielder. You can look at the guy and tell that he's an infielder. Slater should have been out there, or even Amer Rosario at that point, and he's an infielder too. But I don't know. He's played a lot of right this year, I believe, with the Nats. But yeah, you got to go with Slater there. You just have to. You got to go with Slater. Yeah, man, we got 60 people in here and only 10 likes, man. Please like the video, man. Stop. What are you playing? Stop playing. I wonder how Boone is gonna navigate all these new players and stuff like that, right? At some point when Judge comes back, somebody has to come off the roster. A position player too. So I wonder what he's gonna do. A lot of these guys, they have options, right?
You the real MVP.
I'm thinking Slater might be the guy that's gonna have to get sent down. Let me see. Yankees for the win. What's up, man? Let's talk sneakers instead. This seems as a joke. What kind of sneakers, man? Oh, bro, let me tell you something, dude. I'm a big sneakerhead. This channel was originally started as a sneaker channel. I used to go all in, but these days, not so much, man. But I appreciate the two, man. Thank you so much. My cousin Bam Bam's in the building. Chef Nick, I'm gonna mess up your name, man. I'm gonna just call you Chef. What's up, brother? Just subscribe. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. What's up? Thought I did before. Saw your name on other channels. Bad loss tonight, but I will be supporting you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yankees for the win. Stop it, please. That's what's wrong with this team, is we always make excuses. Look, I'm not making excuses. That's what I said. I'm not making excuses, but look, these guys ain't going nowhere, right? So no matter what we gonna do, Donnie Clark wants to send them down to AAA already. I'm like, are we gonna send them down already? The dude hasn't even been in a Yankee uniform for 24 hours. He hasn't even been on a Yankee roster for 24 hours. So let's wait. I'm gonna reserve my full judgment. I want to see more, right? But I will say though, that was a shitty performance. There's no sugarcoating that. It was bad. It's not a excuse, man. It's just, what am I supposed to do? Season over, right? We like yo-yos here, man. Yesterday we was all, yeah, let's go. We back. And then today we like, oh, it's over. Forget it. Let's see a little bit more. Let's see a little bit more. I think that once they get a little bit more acquainted, a little bit more comfortable, I'm hoping, right? Once they get settled in, that they can they'll start doing better. If not, then it's a wrap, man. It's done. We're done. Peter Reg's bad game. They must flush and move on. Jay seems to be running out of shine. That's what I'm saying, man. The Jays, they slumping right now. They're struggling, and we're not taking advantage. That's the shit that's killing me, man. That's the worst part. Odom retired brings will get Slater play right field the other day. Yeah, he should have been out there, man. Yeah, I feel you, man. Nerves are for the weak. Look, I hear what you're saying. Yankees for the win. I hear, and you're right. But what are we gonna do, man? So you're saying that they're bad pitchers? I mean, I gotta look. This is what we got, right? There is no more trade deadline, right? So whatever we got here on this roster now, this is what this is what we have. This is what we're gonna run it. Go into the postseason. What we're gonna finish the season with. So we got to make it work. We got to make it work. And look, first impressions, right, are very important. You got to make your first impression count, and they didn't make their first impressions count. But you know, you can't really judge a book by its cover, too, right? Or you read the first page, and then you're like, "Oh, this book sucks," and throw it away. So I'm trying to think of it like that, man. I'm trying to be more optimistic, because if not, man, it's gonna be tough. I'm telling you right now. Rick says mucho sucko. Yeah, it really. I'm not gonna lie, man. This game fucking sucked, man. It's just the same old, like the thumbnail says, same old shit, different faces. Um, it's crazy, 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 crazy. Jay Rivera says Boone got trigger happy with his new toy guns. Let's chill. Yankees are gonna blow a casket. Oh man, I was heated today. I was heated, man. Donnie says Boone loves
You the real
Rosario.
MVP.
Yankees for the win says I appreciate it too. Yankees for the win. I know one thing. Make them all shave. What did I say before? Sell. Vegas did not move the odds, but did on 5 other teams at the trade deadline. That's crazy, man. If Vegas didn't move the odds, then they feel like this team is doomed, pretty much. Look, the trade deadline. Did Cashman go all in and everything? No. He made some good moves. He did put on a masterclass, right? But he didn't go all in. He didn't take any risk. I will say that. He didn't really go and take any risk, any major risk like the Padres did or something. And maybe that comes around to bite us in the butt. I don't know. But look, I'd rather have these guys than these other guys that we had. I really do. Oh, you want to reverse it? You know what? Bring back Peraza, send back Caballero, send back Ryan McMahon, call up Vivas. You want to go backwards? I don't think so, man. I don't think anybody wants to do that. So I'm hoping that they get this shit together. I really am. I appreciate it though. Momo, it's like God interviewed after hearing all the Yankee trade hype. Whoever's on waivers, aka DFA, have a chance to add. Yep. Blake doesn't fix any of the players. They are good for a while and suck later. Well, I need these guys to be good now, at least. Yeah, man, it was a shitty game. Hold on, let me zoom out of this. Jay Rivera, what's up, man? How about we talk about how much Wells suck? We don't have no other options, not even at AAA. Yeah, there's only one catcher down there. That's what me and Ken was talking about yesterday. I saw, I'm looking for a chat that I saw. It's not related, but Yankees for the win says, I got my original Jordan 3s, Reds that I wore in the 80s. And my Jordan 4s, 1989, my steel toe Jordan 10s, my original Concords. Damn, from the 80s? It's crazy. I sold a lot of my collection, and now I try to keep my Jordan 1s, because those are my favorites. I just like 1s right now. But I used to have a crazy collection, man. Crazy, crazy collection. Like, we didn't do anything to improve our odds. That's interesting. If Vegas doesn't see, according to Yankees for the win, Vegas doesn't see any of these trades as improving our odds, because the odds of us, I think, going to the World Series or making the playoffs is still the same. that's crazy. I didn't know that. Chef says, watch Boone mismanage the team and put Bednar shortstop. Oh, man. I tell you what, I think the unraveling started, right? Tonight's unraveling started when he brung in Loizaga. I don't want to see Loizaga ever again. I really don't. I don't want to see him ever again. I'm gonna take a break here, guys, and I'll come right back. Make sure you guys go check out my boy Ace at the Ace, man. Drop your link if you want. I'll be right back in like 40 seconds.
Bullpen meatballs. Serving them up all 2025 season.
You better like the video, and while you're at it, subscribe to my friend Jason's channel.
The reason your butt has been hurting is because you have YDS, Yankees Derangement Syndrome.
Hey y'all, don't forget, channel members can bring up live player stats.
Every time I see that, shit makes me laugh. YDS. Some of y'all got YDS in here. Some of y'all. Yassine, what's up, man? Cashman tried to trade for Sandy Alcantara, but the Marlins wanted Spencer Jones or George Lombard in that trade. The Dodgers smoked Tampa. I mean, the Dodgers ain't out of it. Look, I was talking, there's this guy that I work with, right? He's a huge Dodgers fan. And I told him, I said, man, what do you think about the Padres? And he was like, yo, I'm not worried about it. And I said, why not? He was like, the Padres are always going to Padre. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, they'll find a way to lose. And I was like, man, that's really arrogant of you to say as a Dodgers fan. You got to be a little concerned with the acquisitions that they made, especially if you run into them in the postseason. And I think they got like 6 more games versus the Padres or something like that. Stephen B says, Donnie, I would have gave up Jones and Lombard for Skeens. Yeah, man. That was never going to happen. Roy Wilcox, what's up, Roy? Hey, Jason, what a game. Rather heartbreaking. I don't know if I can put all this in words. Total letdown. Maybe these guys should have not just jumped in or something. You know, Roy, I was thinking that too. But I must admit that when Boone took Rodon out and brought in Jonathan Loizaga, I was going crazy. At that point, I'm like, bring in the new guys. Bring in the new guys. I don't want to see these guys anymore. I want all the new guys playing. And eventually all the new guys played. And it wasn't good. With the exception of Ryan McMahon. Look, Ryan McMahon, he's a ball player. I get it. Look, offensively, he's not the greatest guy, right? He's never gonna be a Eugenio Suarez and give you 50 bombs or whatever. But you can tell that he's a baseball player. And maybe a change of scenery from the Rockies is something that he needed because he's been playing excellent. His defense. Look, Jonathan Loizaga, right? When he came in, that inning should have been a lot worse than it was. He saved that inning with a great play at third. He got us out of there. I believe it was that inning. But yeah, he's just been excellent. He's been excellent. He went 1 for 5 today, but the one hit that he got was a big hit, a go-ahead hit in the top of the 9th. So, I mean, that trade is working out so far. That one's working out. Amel Rosario, we haven't really seen. I don't know. I'm not really sure how they plan on using him. We'll see. Slater, another guy too. I don't, I feel like he's a guy that, especially today, I get it. They wanted to get everybody out there just to make their debut. But in the bottom of the 9th inning there, I feel like he should have been at right field. He's an outfielder. That's what he does. Caballero's a utility guy. They made him a utility guy, but he's really an infielder. So I think if I had to say it was one mistake by Boone, I think that was a mistake by him. But look, it's just a tough loss. It was. There you go. Vegas doesn't move the line. then we didn't do anything really. They know they're not in the business to lose. And yeah, I know, man. Yeah, the Vegas odds, man, they're on it. They don't lose. But I don't want to lose hope, man. I still think that this team is better than what they were 2 days ago, you know? Or whenever the first trade happened for Ryan McMahon. I think the team is better. I really do. It would have been nice if we had another starter. I don't know, guys like Rodon regressing, he's got to pick it up, man. We need Rodon to be excellent. We really do. We need him to be excellent. We need when Luis Hill comes back, a lot of pressure's on Luis Hill, right? He's gonna pitch Sunday. He's pitching Sunday. And I get it. Look, I don't expect him to be lights out right away, but man, do we need him to be, you know? We need that. We need him to be a 2. Everybody's like, we need him to be a 3. No, we need him to be the second pitcher in this rotation. Because Rodon, like he's had a great year, his best year as a Yankee so far. But if I'm being honest with myself, I don't trust him. I still don't have full confidence in him. Especially when he's putting up outings like this. I don't have full confidence in him. Not yet, anyway. So I need somebody else. You know, it's sad. It's unfortunate we couldn't get a starter, but the starting pitching market was crazy. It really was. They were asking for a hell of a lot. So we'll see. We'll see how he performs. Another news, right? Obviously, Marcus Stroman released today. So we'll see how that works out. Brian Cashman had an interview, and he said that the reason why, even though I know he's bullshitting, but the reason why it was Marcus Stroman to get DFA'd is because he had just pitched yesterday. So there's no sense on having a guy on the roster who's not going to be able to pitch in 4 days or something like that, because they're going to have to make more moves. That's not the only roster move that's going to have to be made here in the next couple weeks, especially with Judge coming back, Fernando Cruz coming back, Mark Leiter Jr. coming back. So there's going to be some guys that are not going to be here in a little bit. Donnie says, put Cashman as control. Yeah. Yep. Real Bill. What's up, Real Bill? Says, Yacine Williams needed rest. He pitched. Yeah, he did. He pitched yesterday and the day before. You're right. I was thinking that I was a little surprised, I would say, that he brung them in back to back to back. That's where I was like, especially when the first 2 didn't work out. It's like, but it is what it is. What are we going to do? What can we do? Batman says, is this first baseman JT Snow? No, it's not. That's Jay Snow without the T. How come the Phillies and Mets closers didn't implode tonight? Because their closers are freaking the top of the line closers, dude. You're talking about freaking Duran and Helsley. These guys are the best, right? And Mason Miller. The guys we got are kind of middle tier. And you got to think, right? I'm not going to say they paid a lot for those pitchers. They gave up a lot to get them. I was hoping that the Yankees, I felt like the Yankees could have done it, right? But considering what we got and who we gave up to get them, see, that's the thing, right? It's not really, we didn't get the top guys, any of the top dudes, right? But for what we got, right, and what we gave up, that's what makes it a great trade deadline by Cashman. Because a lot of these other teams, they got taxed heavily. Their farm system got taxed really, really bad. So I wish we would have got one of those guys. Those were the 2 that I really wanted right there. And then when Mason Miller was available, I was like, that's a guy I always wanted as a Yankee. I'm like, you do whatever it takes to get him. But if you look at the package that the Padres gave the A's, There was no way we were beating that. It just wasn't going to happen. Who the hell is Brad Miller? Pay for quality, get quality. Yeah. Tonight's inexcusable. Now, man, whenever you lose like that is inexcusable. Look, pitchers are going to have bad games, right? That's not, I'm talking about like that error by Caballero. That's inexcusable right there. That cannot happen. I don't care if you're an infielder playing right field. It doesn't matter. But pitchers are going to give up runs at times. I'm hoping that Jake Bird really had the toughest one. Look, David Bednar, when he came back out, when he came in, he struggled, right? He gave up that big, was a double or something like that. He gave up a few hits. He gave up 4 hits in total, 2 earned runs. But if you notice, he didn't walk anybody. He did have 2 strikeouts. Oh, he gave up a home run too. Yeah, not good. Yeah, look, I'm not gonna fucking make excuses for these guys, right? All I'm saying is, let's see more, right? The game is over. Nothing we could do. Let's see more. There's nothing we could do at this point, guys. That's what I'm saying. There is nothing we can do. These are the guys, right? These are the guys. The trade deadline is over. There's no trade them, bring up somebody else, send them down, bring up somebody else. These are our guys. So we got to just hope they figure it out, right? Hope they figure it out. And at the same time, look, with Cashman, right? Because Cashman's getting a lot of love, and he's getting love from me because considering what we gave up and who we got, I think is a good deal, right? It's more, I would say this, right? It's more bang for your buck, right? But it isn't the greatest, right? The guys like Duran, that's the Lamborghini, that's the Ferrari right there. And Helsley, those are the Ferraris. Right now, we got the Corvette. It's still good though. We got the Corvette. They got the Ferraris though. Yankees for the win says, yes, there's something we could do. Watch WNBA. No, you on your own, brother. I ain't watching no WNBA. I'm not gonna lie. So I do catch some highlights sometimes. When I'm scrolling through YouTube Shorts or TikTok or something like that, but I don't think I can actually sit down and watch a whole WNBA game. Itchy
You're the real
Nuts.
MVP.
Itchy Nuts says, winning run at third, 1 out. Boone has to put the guy on to set up the double play. 1 pitch can get you out of the inning. Even if you get Berger, you are dealing with another hitter that's giving them 2 cracks at it. I'm kind of lost. I'm not going to lie, Itchy Nuts. I am lost. Let me get to the super real quick. Yankees for the win, man. I appreciate you, brother. We do not have a Corvette. We have a oh, man. We got a Camaro. Not even a Corvette. Damn, dude. You're making me feel terrible now, man. I'm trying to keep my hopes up. Bro, I can't come over here and say, bro, yesterday I was just here saying Cashman did a great job, right? And today I'm like, we'll see, though. Honestly, look, we'll see. Because this could change. Even today, right, these guys pitch terrible. What's not to say they come out and they get more comfortable and they go out there and start pitching good. Then it's like, okay. That's why I'm trying to be responsible with the way I feel about these new players, man. If that makes sense. Dennis the Menace was good, my guy. I don't think I've seen you. If you're new to the channel, welcome, my brother. Put Wells and Boone on the same train out of town. New players and same coaches and managers get same results. Bro, I'm going to tell you right now. I can't stand Wells, man. He's getting to the point, bro. First of all, somebody tell this dude to either he needs to manscape his damn chest, right? Or button up all his buttons, or freaking wear an undershirt or something, because nobody's trying to see all that sweaty taco meat sprouting out of your damn jersey. Come on, man. And then he's just this dude. I don't know, man. He's been the biggest disappointment for me this year. The biggest disappointment. Him and probably Loizaga, because I was really excited about Loizaga having a healthy season. And he's been this dude's ass, man. Bam Bam says I've been to a couple WNBA games in Brooklyn, and some of the games are better than the men's. I have friends that are WNBA. No, don't get me. I think I could probably watch it live, but like on TV, I really can't get into it like that. Chef says we can't really crap on Cashman, the front office or the players yet. Boone is the one who's to structure the game. He says, my sub chef, sous chef, I don't know what that means, but I think you mean like your sub chef could mess up a dish the first day, but have to hold them accountable. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, look, right? If you hire a new person, if you hire a new person to your job, right, and it's their first day on the job, and they make a mistake, depending on the mistake, right? Do you give them a pass or you say you're fired, get out of here? I don't know. It's just I don't know. I'm trying to think of it like that. OG says, let's face it, this was the most stupid and insulting thing that could have ever happened. Don't want any of those choke artist fools, Bird, Duvall, or Bednar. I'm sorry. Good night. Oh my God, damn, OG. Bro, just stay off the ledge, brother. Stay off the ledge, please. We need you back here tomorrow. It's going to be all right, guys. I promise you. Just chill, man. Chill. Well, it looks like he has had a concussion for real. Oh, man. You know what? Look, Jason O puts a good point right here. He says, call up Escara. I'd rather have Escara. I really would. I'd rather have him. Wells, I'm just, I don't know. Wells, man, like I was so excited about this guy. I was thinking like this is gonna be our catcher for the future and everything. But he's just been such a letdown for me. I don't look forward to his at bats at all. Behind the plate, I'm just waiting for him to mess up somehow. And that's just me. Like I'm done with the guy. Like I really am. Hey man, Volpe. Volpe's been hitting at least good. I don't know what the hell's gone into him. It's like he's swinging for the fences every time, but he had a big home run today, big home run the other day. But even him, I'm like, I don't know. All right. Dennis says, many mistakes made, but the game, in my opinion, Boone broke the pitcher's spirit when he pulled Rodon with a 6-2 lead and 2 outs. Men on first and second, bottom of the fifth. Couldn't get the win. Not cool. Yeah, when he pulled them and went to Loizaga, that's what really, really bothered me. I have zero faith in Loizaga. Zero. Absolute no confidence that he can get me out of anything. I don't want him pitching at all. He's that bad to me. And that was the beginning of the unraveling. Look, you can't lose games when you up 6-0 versus the Marlins. That's what I'm talking about. Just plain and simple. I don't care who you putting into pitch or whatever. I get it, but those are we just can't do that. We just can't. This team, I feel like no matter what we do, I feel like they could bring in the whole freaking National League All-Star team to be the Yankees, and we'll find a way to lose. This team really finds ways to lose every game. It feels like every game they're like giving it away. It's just crazy. Yes, you can. I told everybody a grade of B- to a C for Cashman. I mean, we'll see, man. And Jason, my wife is laughing, taco me. Dude, he's got the taco me. I'm sick of it. I don't want to see that stuff. Like, I get it. It's cool. You got the 70s vibe, and it's cool. I got taco me too going on under here. But my goodness, brother, like his connects it connects to his beard. There's no separation. It's all one from his mustache all the way to his chest. It's just one big freaking nacho meat, man. Like I don't know. I think I'm just getting frustrated with him. That's what it is. And he got one big mustache that just extends all the way down to his freaking chest hair. Itchy Nuts 6-0, 9-4, and 12-10. What are we talking about there? Itchy Nuts, yeah. That's why I tell him he got the best name on YouTube, Itchy Nuts. But he needs to go check that out, bro. Itchy Nuts, you gotta go get that checked. I don't hire 4 people that will all make mistakes. I know that's the crazy thing, man. Ace was saying that earlier. He's like, man, the laws of average would tell you that at least one of these guys got to be good. And nope, not tonight. None of them were good. The Marlins kept their, I don't know what you mean there. Basically punted the game. Yeah, they kept their pitchers in there. You're right. They just let him give up 6 runs and what was his name? Junk. His name was Junk. He was throwing junk too. The Pirates scored 9 in the first inning and still lost to the Rockies. But that's the Pirates, man. We're the Yankees. You expect that from them. Real Bill says nacho meat. Does cheese come with that? Yeah, it does, man. When he's sweating like, I don't know. I'm over Wells, man. I really am. Then it's the menace. Rice to the bench. Bellinger first. And the utility infielder in right field. In a close game that we should win. Why? Rice should have stayed on first. Boone. You know what? You're right. Like I get why he put Caballero in there to steal a base and try to get in scoring position. That's why. But my thing was like, it was already 2 outs. And okay, well, let's say I'll go with it, Boone. Great. Caballero's in there. He gets the stolen base. He does what he's supposed to do. Inning over, right? We got the lead. Now it's inning over. It's like, dude, okay, now let's play for defense, right? This guy's an infielder who's playing. He just happens to have a few like innings out there, games or whatever. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I would have went with an outfielder. I really would have. Yeah, Goldie has regressed. I think Goldie needs some time off. He's not old. What is he, 37? Something like that. I'm older than Goldie, but at that age, man, if you're playing baseball every day, you're gonna be hurting. I'm sure his body's tired, he's hurting. He might just need a few days off just to kind of rejuvenate, man. For real. See this real quick. What we got? Who's in here? Yep. You know what? Let me go see. I forgot all about this. I want to see Boone's post game. Oh, yeah, let's go watch Boone. Let's watch Boone. There we go.
One point, how do you kind of wrap your head around what happened here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously a really tough one. To build a big lead, Roto's kind of cruising early on there and then just had trouble with the strike zone there those last 2 innings and just got up to a point where it was, I had to go get them. So, kept pulling away and then they took the lead and a lot of fight to get back to tie it and then take the lead there with 2 outs again in the 9th. And, unfortunately just, had a tough time holding them down, obviously.
You mentioned Rodon just 4 2/3 for him. What do you think caused him to lose the strike zone there, especially later in his outing?
Yeah, not sure. Because he wasn't off a lot, I didn't feel like. It wasn't like it was, scattered. But just, just missing on some pitches, missing on some 3-2 counts. Because I thought in the early innings he was pretty sharp, and I thought stuff was okay. But
okay, hold on.
Just lost the strike zone a little bit.
You can't. He's talking about Rodon that you can't give him so much credit and be like he was just missing by a little bit and and all that. When you took him out in 4 2/3 innings, which is what was it Jay Snow who brought that up? The son, he was like, you should have left him in there a little longer. Let him blow that lead. Or not even the lead. He let him finish that inning at least. It was his game at that point. But all right. There's no excuse for us losing the game today. There isn't, bro. If you're pitching to
You used all
This is
three of your
very
new
sad.
relievers in Bird, Bednar, and then Duvall at the end. Were both Williams and Weaver unavailable tonight?
Yeah, we're going to stay away from Weave, Williams, and Hill tonight, just with as much as we've used them, of late. So, set up to in a good spot there to get through there, and obviously just a struggle tonight.
damn. You saw that stat right there? The bullpen.
Obviously just a struggle tonight.
This is the new bullpen too. 3 2/3 innings, 11 hits, 9 runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. The Weisiger, but Hedrick, he pitched good, man. He's been pretty good as of late. Like he gets in there and out of there. I be forgetting that he even existed, and that's good from a bullpen pitcher. He just gets in, gets the outs, and gets out of there. Obviously, freaking Jake Bird with the grand slam. David Bernard Duvall. You know what? I bet Boone. Boone loves going to Tim Hill. He wanted to pitch Tim Hill so bad. I think next time, like, especially for their Yankees debut, maybe he shouldn't have went like back to back to back like that. Especially after Bird went in there, right? Bird went in there and shit the freaking bed, right? If you Bednar warming up, you're like, damn, dude, this dude's out there getting killed, And I gotta go in there. You should have probably split it up a little bit. And then Doval, when he was going, he was probably like, damn, all these dudes did bad. I gotta do good, right? We can't all be bad. And then he went in there and gave it up. So it's crazy. Let's hear, I don't know if let's hear what David Bednar had to say.
Anything particular about their approach that made things tough tonight?
No, I think that first thing was just lack of execution. Didn't execute early in the count to get ahead of guys, and it's something I was able to do in the second inning and have better results.
Why do you think historically you've had some trouble in this ballpark?
I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. It's frustrating, but just gotta keep at it and get them tomorrow.
What are the emotions of a day like today? Like get here, the excitement, and then to have the first one out go like that.
Yeah, no, definitely not an ideal start by any means. But the guys picked me up and was able to, get a 0 in the second inning.
Just having that second inning make it even easier.
They did pick him up.
Yeah, no, I think that's just part of being a reliever. Sometimes stuff like that happens, and it's all about how you respond and how you're able to bounce back. And that's why I was happy with the second inning at least, and then able to carry that into the next time.
Let's go to Jake
Boone
Bird.
just said probably just not enough quality strikes in the right spot for you. How do you kind of evaluate what happened there in that seventh inning?
Yeah, I agree. Just not executing the pitches to my ability. I need to be better there, and I will be better.
Why do you think that was? Was there something off mechanically, or just a matter of
this guy? Dude, you should have done a shave, man. I feel like he looked a lot more scarier when he had the beard. I did look his slider when his slider is sliding, right? It looks good, man. But when he hangs it and it's just a cement mixer up there, it was getting teed off on. His stuff, he does have nasty stuff, so I'm hoping that's a guy, man, that Matt Blake can really, really work with. But I don't know if it's enough time. That's the thing. We only have 2 more months of this season left. I think like a whole off season going into the season, that'll do him justice, man. To get familiar with the whole staff and everything. I think Matt Blake will work with this guy. I do.
Not your night.
Just think it's one of those days. Just need to have a little extra focus, a little extra intent. You don't want those days to happen, but they do on occasion, and I just need to kind of look back at it, learn from it, and be better.
The pitch to Stowers, where were you trying to go with that one?
Look, that I would say, right, Stowers is a beast. Don't get it twisted. The guy who hit the grand slam is a monster. He's an all-star. He was an all-star team. He was in the home run derby, I believe. He is no slouch, right? When he was up there, I was nervous because I know he's dangerous. He hit a freaking bomb off of Mason Miller, the guy we all wanted. This dude threw him like a pitch, 104 miles an hour, something crazy like that. And he took him deep. He's no joke. He's the real deal. The Orioles are crazy for trading him, but that's another issue.
Just away. Needed to get a strike in the zone there. Get it away. He hit it well to his credit, but I do need to make a better pitch there.
How do you bounce back?
Just look back, take what I need to do to learn from this one, and then just get back after tomorrow and pitch the pitch.
How would you kind of describe the highs and lows of today for you and the other two new guys in the bullpen?
Yeah, the guys at the plate did a really good job. They battled. It was fun to watch from the bullpen and then from the dugout after. We just need to do our job, myself especially, and that should be a game we win.
Bro, he sounds so low energy, right? Like, I don't know if he's always like that. If there's anybody, a Rockies fan in here or something, is he always low energy or is this guy really, really down after that bad outing? Folks, we have 44 people in here, 46 people in here, and only, 28 likes? If you can, man, make sure you smack that like button. It's right around right there somewhere. And if you're on your phone, just X out of the chat, hit the like, and then come back in the chat, and you're good to go. Dominguez, I like Dominguez, but people get mad when you bring up his defense. Yeah, and look, I'm the biggest critic of his defense, but he's been a lot better. That he almost robbed a home run, even though my thing with him is that even that home run that he almost robbed, right? And he made a great play yesterday, saved us. But even when he makes the great plays, it's like the route, I don't know if it's the route he takes to the ball or what it is. It just looks a little awkward, right? It doesn't look smooth. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't look smooth, but look, you can't be mad at him for not robbing a grand slam. You shouldn't be giving up a grand slam in the first place. So that's not him. I think if it was a guy like Cody Bellinger, though, I think he makes that catch. Like, like, I really think he makes that catch. OG says, you keep saying, we'll see. Well, we saw it sucked all the way. Man, Goku, man. Oh, Giku. I get it. It sucked. You're right. But we'll see tomorrow again. And if it sucks again tomorrow, then, hey, it is what it is. If you feel that way, man, then why watch the game, bro? I think, look, and I'm going to go on a limb here, right? One of these guys is going to hit for us. I promise you that. One of them, all three of them can't be trash. Come on. Look, I could be wrong, right? But I feel like one of them is going to be really good for us. At least one, if not all of them, or two. Duvall and Bednar aren't trash. Yeah, they not. I think they're gonna be all right. Duvall, though, I have seen him with the Giants, like really, really like lose command of his pitchers and like walk 4 batters in a row type stuff. So I hope today he didn't look too bad either, man. He just I really think, look, I'm trying to put myself in their shoes. I get it. They should have done better. And a lot of these teams, especially the Marlins, have faced these guys because they coming from the National League. That's another thing. So these guys know these pitchers. We'll see. I'm not gonna make a decision yet on how I feel about these guys or for one outing. I'm not gonna lie though, it's not good, right? It's not good. I need to see more. I want to see more. And then look, if they're just not good, then hey, it is what it is. They're not good, right? They're not good. And even like, we saying, like I was saying, Cashman did a good job. I still think he did do a good job, but there's no way you can grade a trade until later, right? We'll see. We'll see as the season progresses who won a trade or who didn't. You know what I mean? That's how it works. Like even the Padres getting Mason Miller, even though I highly doubt it because the dude's a beast. But what's not to say that he, has a bad outing or something in a big game? Bednar didn't walk anybody. Did he? Let me see. Yeah, he didn't walk anybody, but he gave up a home run and gave up 4 hits. It's not good, though. It isn't. Padres pen best in baseball. Yeah, the Padres got a squad over there. When you go up 7-0 against the Marlins, how the hell? Yeah, that's what I was saying, 99. That's a game you cannot lose. You just cannot lose versus the Marlins. Come on. They have been playing better lately, but still, it's unacceptable. Jason, he needs to address his hate for hairy catchers. It's not a hate because I'm a hairy guy myself, real Bill. Like I got taco meat too, but you gotta keep that stuff under control. I don't want to see it sprouting out of your jersey, and then when he gets sweaty too, it just starts becoming, it's gross, man. Come on, dude. If you were hitting, I wouldn't care. But you're not even hitting. You're not playing well. Trim yourself, man. Jay Frank, very unfortunate. We will look back at this game when we are a game up with the week left. I hope so. And I appreciate you joining us. I think it's the first time I've seen you in the chat. Thank you so much for joining the stream. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to, at this point, this has become a therapy session for some of y'all. But I understand, look, it's hard to defend this, right? When these guys come out, like Jake Bird giving a grand slam, and they just blowing the game. Caballero missing that ball in right field. It's really, really hard to defend. And I'm not defending it, right? It's unexcusable. All I'm saying is, look, it's just one out. It's the first time we saw them in a Yankees uniform. I get it. First impressions matter. But I'm not gonna pass judgment on them until I see a little bit more. But they got to pick it up quick. I mean, like tomorrow. If they come out here tomorrow and show more of what they did today, then I might have a different tone here. I really might. But it's this the story of, look, we got rid of one bullpen to get another that's supposed to be better, and the outcome is the same. It's the same crap, new faces, pretty much. Hopefully we turn it around, man. I was really excited yesterday with the trade deadline. I was really excited that at least we got some. Yeah, we didn't get the sexy names, right? These freaking the Durans and all these guys, Mason Miller, Eugenio Suarez, or any of those guys. But we did upgrade on paper at least, right? Third base, McMahon is working out for us. I get it. He's not freaking tearing the cover off the ball or doing anything like that, right? But the defense is solid. And the bat, we getting way more from his bat than we ever got from Vivas and Peraza. So I'm happy with that. And we'll see how the other trades work out. We will. Ichina says 9-9. You just told me 5 minutes ago is 162 games. Teams have nights like this. 9-9 is very, very man, he's all over the place. The other day, he told me Devin Williams. I asked him, I said, do you trust Devin Williams? He said, yeah, I trust him more than anybody. The next day, he told me, trade him. He's like, get rid of him. Trade him. I was like, damn, dude. Stowers has 0 home runs against lefties this season. Well, he got 1 now. I understand the bullpen is hard to adjust a new team, but there is no excuse for that ball. Yeah, that ball you gotta make it. The only thing I can say for Caballero, and I don't care what position you could be a freaking catcher playing right field. You gotta stop that ball. That's number 1 rule. I tell people that my son, he plays outfield. I tell him that all the time. The last thing, you never let the ball go past you, dude. I don't care what you do. You could bobble it, do anything. Never let that ball go past you. once it's past you, dude, there is nobody back there to save you. It's not like an infielder making an error and the right fielder runs in or center fielder. When you're the outfield, you are the last hope to stop that ball. By every means necessary, you got to stop that ball. But the guy's an infielder too, so I don't know. Look, we'll see tomorrow. So why is Jose? Look, let's not get on the base stealing, man, because the guy got 35 stolen bases for a reason. And Volpe does the same thing. That's the new technique to stealing bases. It doesn't matter. It's like whoever comes to this team just starts screwing up. Feels like that, right? Like that's what I said. It's like we're cursed. We're just cursed. Bats were well tonight. G is hot. I don't think it was smart of Boone to bring in all of our new pen guys. Yeah, and not back to back like that. I think that was kind of not the way you should have rolled them out like that. Especially after Jake Bird gave up that grand slam. It's like, damn. If you're David Bednar warming up in the bullpen, you're like, shit, I got to go out there now. After this dude did this, everybody's going to be looking at me like, and then when he did bad, Duvall the same thing. He's like, bro, I got to do good now. We can't all be bad. Yeah, Carlos Rodon got to be much better than that. Where's Luke? He said, I know Stroman is in his penthouse laughing at us right now, drinking wine. What's the number one common denominator the last 8 years? Is that big-eared galoot in the dugout that blows off losses like it's okay. Yeah, man. I think, I don't know. I think Boone is done. They need to, if they don't fire him next year, just I think next year's his last year, right, in his contract. Just let him go, man. We need new people. We need new leadership, new everything. We need a whole new organization, man. But that's going to do it for me, guys. I appreciate you joining me. I'll be here tomorrow after the game. I'm probably going to come on tomorrow night, but a little bit earlier than tonight. 99 says, did I see Jose Caballero's post game? I did not, man. I did not. Let me see.
Anything particular about their approach?
Oh, yeah. You know what? Let's watch his and let's watch Duvall's. Just because it's these guys are new to the team.
Jose, how do you kind of describe the emotional highs and lows late in this one?
Tú sabes, un juego de muchas emociones, mucho cambio de anotación. ¿Cómo puedes describir el juego en sí?
Bueno, un juego que comenzamos arriba y se nos pegaron, tuvimos la ventaja y después nos quitaron el juego.
Yeah, definitely. ¿Qué más?
No, ¿cómo te puedo decir? Que triste porque es un juego que debimos ganar.
Yeah, definitely that. You know, we took a really nice lead in the game. They got close. Then they tied the game, and then, you know, eventually we lost the game. You know, feel sad. You know, because it's definitely a game that we could have won.
Yeah, he said he translated pretty good. He does a good job, that translator. But he was pretty much saying like he feels sad. It's a game they should have won. Stuff like that, man.
Camilo, why do you think things did not go your way there in that ninth inning?
¿Qué tú crees que?
You should tell him, because this dude made a damn error. Where the hell you get this guy from?
¿Qué fue la razón por qué las cosas no se dieron tal vez como tú querías en ese noveno inning?
Pues yo me sentí bien, tiré los picheos bien, las cosas no salieron como yo quería, y entonces eso son cosas que uno no puede controlar.
Yeah, I felt really good out there. You know, I felt like I was executing good pitches tonight. But unfortunately it happens, you know. Unfortunately, you can execute, and things just don't work out. That's happens in baseball.
How much of a helpless feeling is that final play of the game where the run scores? It's kind of just a dribbler in no man's land there.
Tú sabes, una jugada ahí donde el compañero, ¿verdad? Hace un error, una jugada tal vez fundamental. Es difícil, ¿verdad? Porque un compañero está tratando de hacer esa jugada, pero no pasa en ese momento.
Bueno, cada jugador damos el 100%. A veces hay cosas que pasan y no podemos controlar.
Yeah, I mean, for us, every time we're competing, we're trying to give a 100% effort, and we want things to work out well. And unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, it didn't. You ever seen that movie, The Replacements, with Keanu Reeves? I was hoping that these guys are going to be like that, man. Like they were going to come in out of nowhere and freaking take us to the promised land. And we'll see. I mean, it could still happen, but just not a good first impression, especially with Yankee fans, man. We ain't trying to hear that. Right now, we trying to win. So we just got rid of a bunch of bums, so bring in some more bums. That's not going to happen. This fan base will let you hear it. You're going to know. This ain't freaking wherever they came from. It's not the same. I'm pretty sure they're starting to realize it right now. Like, damn, this is another level. Manny Ramirez, and I'll leave you with this, right? Manny Ramirez, great player, man. I love Manny Ramirez, even though he used to kill the Yankees. But anyway, Manny Ramirez said, when you play for the Yankees or like the Red Sox, you're in the big leagues. When you're playing for like the Rockies or any of these other teams, that's AAA. He was like, it's like being in AAA. He was like, when you come to, or even Cleveland, he was like, when you Cleveland, that's AAA. When you go to a big team like the Red Sox or something like that, that's the big leagues. Everything is different. Everything is on a grander scale. So I'm sure they're feeling that, but it's time to put up or shut up, man. Let's see what you got. That's what I say. That's going to do it for me, folks. I appreciate everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't. On your way out, please like the video. It helps YouTube know. It lets the algorithm know to push my stuff to more people. But anyway, folks, I appreciate it. Have a blessed day. I'll be back here tomorrow, and I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to give away one of those lights back there. I just sent one to Welcome. We'll do one of those tomorrow. And yeah, that's pretty much it. See you guys tomorrow. Hold on, I'm looking for my credits. Peace.